What's good, y'all? Welcome back to the fam. Gang. Now today, bro, we will be doing a deep dive and research points into the monster called Siren Head. Now, this monster is also created by Trevor Henderson, and Trevor Henderson is actually a creator of a lot of the monsters that we know today that's been used in certain series such as like Skibbity Toilet and all other things that have gone viral, right? But this is where it originated. Trevor Henderson is the originator of a lot of these monsters that I honestly didn't know, and which is why we're doing research point videos just like this, right? So as you can see, this is a picture depiction of Siren Head, and you know, he's in his natural habitat of being a siren in the middle of electricity poles, but we're gonna be learning why this is a thing for him. So without further ado, make sure to grab your popcorn. Let's see. Okay, so the caption of the first original drawing of Siren Head is right here, and it's by Trevor Henderson Instagram account itself right here, and the caption says she was on vacation with her husband and they were scoping out graveyards on the way, as you do, when she saw it rising out of the old cemetery. Big as an old telephone pole was this some kind of bizarre art piece the authorities hadn't gotten to wise yet. Even as she stepped out the car, the megaphones on his head screeched to life. 9, 18, 1 child, 17, remove, vile. A buzzing double voice screamed random words at her. At this point, it jerked into motion, striding down the hill towards her. So that's just a pretty short recap of what happened, the original caption when Trevor Henderson posted his picture, and we're just going to be reading some of the description and also checking out some clips, just like how we did with Cartoon Cat. If you guys want a cartoon dog, because look, if you look on the side right here, there's actually things about Bridge Worm, cartoon dog, and there's even a one about Long Horse right here, Long Horse, which was also originated by Trevor Henderson. So let's get into the description. Siren Head is known for his tall stature and iconic siren-like head structures. It is known to be hostile, acting as an ambush predator. It usually hunts in rural towns and wooded areas. The first widely known modern sighting occurred in 1966 when a family on vacation in the Arizona desert captured an image of the Siren Head. However, a creature that closely matches this description of Siren Head has been seen in cave painting, implying a long lineage of Siren Head. Basically, what this means, what it's referring to, is that this isn't a new thing. You know, when they first saw it, when it was first discovered, doesn't mean that that was the first discovery, or at least the first sighting of this monster, right? It could have went back then to freaking BC times. We don't know. Its limbs are disproportionately long and thin, with arms almost as long as its entire body that end in huge bony hands. Where a human's head and neck would be is a thin pole of flesh with 2 sirens attached from them facing in opposite directions, hence its name, and several black wires snaking around his neck and into upper shoulders pressed against his abdomen. The speakers are fused to the neck by the tendrils of skin and capable of swiveling around, much like the head of an owl. Some images depict Siren's head speakers with toothy, lipless, human-like jaws and a long, retractable, thin, snake-like tongue. Ooh. Although Henderson has said that the teeth are only visible on a certain radio frequency. Oh, that's interesting, bro. But this is the important part that I read up on right now that I want to share with you guys. By virtue of his adaptive shapeshifting, some photographs depict Siren Head as having multiple sirens or having a street lamp in place of his head. Siren Head is constantly changing manifestation, which almost always appears different in the victim's view of it. The information changes all knowledge that we have on Siren Head, which opens various theories about the creature. It is not known how Siren Head came to have sirens in the distant past before the actual sirens were invented. So this one was very interesting to me, chat, because I actually didn't know that. Obviously, whenever I've seen Siren Head in the Skibbity Toilet or whatever I've seen it as, it just had a Siren Head, right? And that's what it was known for. But the actual lore of this is that it is able to adapt and shapeshift into anything it pretty much wants that has something to do with these light poles or electricity things. As you can see, it's connected with these wires and stuff. It can blend in very, very well with these type of things, and that's why it likes to be in rural or wooden areas and stuff, because it's more easier to blend in there than just like a futuristic city or something like that. You feel me? Because it'll stick out like a sore thumb in those type of towns. But it was very, very interesting to me, and now we're gonna be watching some footage and some found footage. We don't know if anything's real now, obviously, but this is just for research purposes and seeing how people have depicted Siren Head in the past and even now. So let's check these out. This one has 10 million views, just called Siren Head. Oh my gosh, that's absolutely disturbing. Look at his hands. Look at these long limbs and then these hands, bro. That's so creepy. Pretty accurate depiction according to Trevor Henderson description. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, bro. If you saw this, you just gotta run away. You just gotta drive away to the goddamn next state. Nah, as a matter of fact, you gotta leave the country after this. Because who said this motherfucker's not gonna travel all across the country you in currently? Guys, it's fake. Thanks, genius. That's all I'm saying, bro. These stupid little Timmies, bro. Okay, here we go. This is real footage, by the way. Super, super real. Look at this. He's just emoting after he just killed a family of 10. Siren Head in the woods. Oh, Lord. Oh, my gosh. Imagine you're just driving home and you hear the sirens and you think it's like some emergency, but then you look back and you see this shit. Oh, nah. Like you look in your mirrors, bro. You look, you know how you look back in your mirror, your side mirrors, and you just see that motherfucker. That would be so creepy, bro. No way I saw this exact same thing in a nightmare. Hey, is that telling you something? Is that a sign, chat, that it might be real? I don't know. All right, these are top 3 scary Siren Head real life sightings, by the way.
These are the top 3 scariest Siren Head sightings.
Oh, hell no. The teeth that he was talking about, remember? But one thing it did say is that just because it has teeth and technically a mouth, it does not eat. You know what I'm saying? There's also conflicting evidence to that, but that's something that I read up on. And it honestly makes sense. I never really seen Siren Head use any teeth in any type of videos I've seen before, so maybe that's not canon.
Siren Head sightings. Number 1. Siren Head was spotted in 2018 in Weyer, Austria. Number 2. In December of 2018, 4 small children saw sightings.
Oh yeah, of course he was in Ohio. That makes complete sense, bro. You know what I'm saying? Ohio, he's got to be in Folk Valley. I mean, if you see him, you're going to end up in Huss Valley automatically.
Siren Head near Lake Erie in Cleveland, Ohio.
Can you see him? No, the fuck I can't.
And number 3, there were multiple reports of Siren Head being spotted in New York City in 2020.
Damn.
Where do you...
And he hit the Gangnam Style like these. Nah. I saw that IRL, chat. All right, let's watch this video. It says Siren Head real found footage. This one might actually be scary. Let's see. Okay. Your first mistake is being in this type of place in the first place, man. I don't care if fake or not. Ain't no way my black ass ending up in here with this foggy ass outside. I'm just in a boat stranded in this lake. Nah, what is we doing here, buddy? This don't look like a vacation home. Look, what is it looking at? Siren Head. Oh, by the way, this video is by Mindless Prods, by the way. Forgot to mention that. That creepy ass house, man. What the hell is that in the corner? Oh! What the f- That's somebody's guts? It's literally breathing, dog. What is we doing? Birds are flying away. Like as if they're seeing something they're scared of. What is that in the distance? There's some sirens here. But that's not Siren Head. Or is it? It can't shapeshift, so we never know. What the? There's flowers on the floor. Who can that be from? Oh, hell no. What was that? Yo. What the hell was that just ran past through? It's raining. It's a storm. Does this guy want to die? Oh, shit. I'm waiting. I'm patiently waiting. Oh my. They're running. They're running from something. What are they running from? Ah! What the? Who the hell is this? It's just a black figure. There's no face to it or nothing. And now he's getting dragged. And you can hear the sirens. Oh, hell no. This motherfucker had minions and shit? Is that canon, chat? Yo. Hey, Siren Head got even scarier now because I didn't know he had minions like these. That be going out and capturing people, knocking them out, and bringing them to their master. Oh my gosh. Ooh, that was scary. That was creepy, man. Let's go ahead and see if we can find other footages too. This one was posted 6 years ago. I found Siren Head in a creepy forest. Let's check this out. 6 years ago, chat. I heard weird sounds in the place, so I decided to see what's inside. Oh, yeah. Very smart idea, by the way. And here, when I find a way in, this is what I saw and heard. The hell? Okay. Blood? I could barely hear what that announcement was saying. There's just blood everywhere, bro. As soon as you see that, don't keep going. Oh, nah. Just random Amber Alert sounds. Whoo! You gotta book it. Oh, no. Oh, shit. Oh, it's so ugly. And here my camera broke. I never saw something like this before. He almost got me. God damn. I'm surprised you escaped this thing, bro. Holy. Chat, what looks more scary so far? The cartoon cat or Siren Head, bro? I would say, bro, I mean, cartoon cat was so fucking scary. And so far, I haven't seen grueling clips like cartoon cat. So I would say in the way that it kills people is probably more scarier than Siren Head. But I feel like seeing Siren Head would be scarier than seeing cartoon cat just in the physical appearance of it. Because Siren Head is so fucking big and it can shapeshift. Look at these long ass arms and shit. Like if this motherfucker does get a hold of you, you're cooked. You're so much cooked. But for some reason, I feel like Siren Head would probably give you slower death than cartoon cat, so your fate would probably be better in Siren Head's hand. At least he'll just crush you to death real quick, whereas cartoon cat, he'll just torture your ass until you can't be tortured no more, until he's satisfied. All right, chat, we're gonna go back to this Wikipedia and just read a little more facts, right? So Trevor has recently stated more facts about Siren Head. It's actually the static form of an unfathomable supernatural entity. Despite its lack of eyes, it can still see. It also has the ability to manipulate technology by playing sounds through other devices. So that explains why it'll literally just play a random Amber Alert from your phone and stuff. Sometimes it's not even making the sound directly from his sirens itself. It can manipulate the technology that's around it. You know what I'm saying? So manipulate other sirens that are just working, or like things like your phone and stuff. It spends most of the time standing still, but has the ability to move very fast. That's very scary right there. Victims of Siren Head have apparently been found with their ears / eardrums / guns / silences burst and bleeding. A description which matches the aftermath of a recent incident where the majority of a town was found killed in this fashion. Weapons such as arrows or spears do not typically work on the entity. It has almost never been spotted in populated areas. As I was saying earlier, that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? It would stick out like too much of a sore thumb. It needs to be in those rural areas, those areas where there's not a lot of population, so it can get away with what it wants to do to everybody. You know what I'm saying? Despite the teeth being in the speakers, Siren Head does not eat, meaning that it may not actually be a predator in the traditional sense, though there is contradictory evidence in this regard, and that's what I was referencing earlier. The victims of Siren Head are typically lost travelers, hikers, and children, and that explains every footage that we've seen so far. Is always a hiker, someone that is very vulnerable and by themselves and just kind of in a forest, you know, the rural areas, the towns where there's not really much people other than your own little cabin, your own little house, and that's where it tends to take advantage of being in those situations, right? It's not going to just be in a super populated town with thousands of people in the same kind of spot, even though it did say that there was a sighting in New York in one of the clips, but I think that's probably the most false one that we've seen so far, because as we see from Trevor Henderson himself and how he describes it, it's not going to be in super populated areas. It's going to be in areas like dry forests, maybe even the Amazon. That would be crazy, because there's not that many people in the Amazon, but there's other animals and shit too. So I wonder if Siren Head could manipulate them to becoming his minions and stuff too, because that's one thing we saw in one of the footage, is that it had minions, and that's kind of what I'm trying to look for. Is there any connection to him having other people or other things around him other than himself? So Trevor has posted several drawings of Siren Head along with concept arts of his anatomy. He states that he likes the idea that Siren Head's body is stuffed full of loose cassette tapes and giant pulsing reel-to-reel tape recorders connected by organic fibers and veins. That's actually so cool. It is possible that these tapes store the various noises that Siren Head broadcasts. However, this has not been confirmed yet. Trevor has also said it's possible that Siren Head consistently changes over the years, or that his appearance can be incomprehensible to humans, resulting in our eyes perceiving the closest approximation to his actual appearance. However, he has yet to confirm either option. So yeah, there's just more of a theory right now that we probably don't even know exactly how Siren Head looks, and it kind of relates in the form of Cartoon Cat to where it is all in our head. It's a psychological thing that Cartoon Cat likes to attack. So I wonder if, you know, Siren Head has that same appeal, that same infiltration into our minds to make us think that he's there when he's really not. We don't know. Or we just see him, but not for who he really looks like. This one's called I Spotted Siren Head at 3 a.m. on camera. Oh, Lord. Oh, my gosh. God damn. Okay. All right, buddy. Relax, Siren Head. God. Well, that was very, very real footage. Totally wasn't PNG images or nothing like that. All right, this guy said how to survive Siren Head, and I'm very curious on how we would try to do that. And let's see.
Surviving Siren Head is very difficult. Survival
I would
is
imagine.
nearly impossible, but still, it is possible.
I feel like it's possible if you find a really good hiding spot, because we did see in that footage we watched earlier that the guy was able to hide from Siren Head. But if he locks onto you, then it's pretty much cooked, bro. Especially with these long ass arms. Even if you are hiding under something, he's gonna be like, just grab you by the balls.
It is possible. Here's what to do. Don't follow strange sirens. Don't investigate voices calling your name in the woods. And never, ever go towards emergency sounds in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, I mean, these are all just kind of common sense things. Unless you're in a horror movie and playing a character in there, then you do all these things. Like, that's the law. You have to do that.
It's in the middle of nowhere. Siren Head uses sounds to hunt. Curiosity gets you killed. So if the air goes quiet and you hear a distant siren, turn around, run, and do not look back.
Facts. That's exactly what you should do. But like I said, if you're a horror movie character, never listen to this guy. Never listen to this guide at all whatsoever. You have to do all the stupid things in order to get the story going. You feel me? But yeah, chat, you know what I'm saying? This is how you survive. You just have to mind your own goddamn business and be smart. But I ain't gonna lie, if the Siren Head does catches you off guard, you know, like what if you're just walking, just taking a walk and stroll in the woods, and you just see a light pole, you see trees or whatever, this motherfucker just blending into them, you literally do not see it. Like, what if you think it's just a tree and there's some sirens on it? There could just be sirens anywhere, right? And then all of a sudden he's just running towards you and you're cooked. So in that case, there might not be much you can do. This one's called Giant Siren Head Sighting in Australia by Paranormal World. Oh, hell no. You know, at least with the Siren Head, you do like hear the emergency sounds. Like you get a warning that he's around. So you're just like, oh, what's going on? Oh, what the fuck is that big ass thing? I'ma head out. At least there's some type of warning. You feel me? It just randomly plays the Amber Alert sounds. Uh-oh. Wait, what the hell was that? What is that? Is that freaking King Kong? What? Oh, hell no. Yeah, that was insane, bro. What the hell even was that? Siren Head versus King Kong, who's winning, bro? I still got King Kong, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know, though. I don't know the exact strength of Siren Head. I just know King Kong, he's just him, bro. I mean, the motherfucker was fighting Godzilla, for God's sake. No pun intended, right away. All right, this is a part 2 for the video we watched with X71N, the part 2 from earlier. Hello, everyone. I fixed my camera and it was the only system broken also. Yeah, it's the guy that broke his camera. Remember, Chet? I decided to come back again and show you the place. Oh, yeah, you're crazy. You're insane, buddy. But thank you for the content. Okay. The place is under control by the government. I don't know what is happening and what they're planning there. Wow, so that makes it even deeper, bro. So this place is actually under control by the government, which means it's regulated to some sense, which is why, you know, it's trespassing if you go by there. And they're just in control of Siren Head. They're trying to use it for some war tactics or something. I don't know. That could be something to look out for too. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I started to hear white noise sounds when I arrived and saw something behind the trees. Bro, fix the blur. Okay. I thought that was Siren Head, but... Oh! Oh, hell no! It saw you. You gotta run, buddy. Nah. Siren Head's actually so scary, bro. You tried to hide in the house? Oh, shit. It just opened that door? Oh my god. The hell is that? Oh shit, nigga! Oh my god. Hope you'll stay. Oh, wait, hope you'll stay. Hope you'll stay. Oh my god. Why? It was me. Please help. Yeah, you might be Cookie on a twin. I ain't gonna lie, ain't no helping you, dog. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Ain't nobody coming to your rescue. What the what is going on, bro? This is another Siren Head sighting by Morion. So this is just like a standstill. Oh my gosh, you can see him walking from left to right here. Holy crap. Just imagine you're just on a regular family camping trip and you just hear this in the middle of the night, bro. You know exactly what it is. That's scary. Holy crap. You know what makes it even scarier too? Because like with the cartoon cat, we've seen how gruesome it can be and the things that it can do, you know, say things it's capable of. And with Siren Head, we really haven't seen that too much, which makes it even scarier. I mean, it's like, what is it when you don't see things and it just makes you think about what it could possibly do? And that's what makes it scary to you. It's like, damn, what can it do to me? Whereas cartoon cat, that shit was just gruesome, scary. You already know what to fucking expect if you ever see that thing. But with Siren Head, it's like, damn, could it be my friend? Possibly. I don't think so. I don't think it likes humans, bro. Siren Head crossing Lake Ferguson, Greenland by Paranormal World. Oh my gosh. Look at it. It's just walking on water. That's insane, dog. Does it get closer? Look at it. Ugh. Yeah, that thing's ugly, bro. That thing is ugly, fugly, dugly. All right, last but least, we're just going to be checking out some power and abilities. So it has acoustic kinesis, all right, which means it can mimic voices. It's implied that it kills some of its victims via blasting their eardrums. Siren Head constantly pumps out sounds, which includes strange music, conversations, angrily shouted words, and numbers. Wow, conversations. That's interesting. So its height and strength, it is believed that Siren Head is extremely powerful due to its size. Siren Head is able to break down trees or various objects at will. Can kidnap an entire United States family of 4 at once. That's insane, bro. But it's honestly not surprising because this motherfucker is huge. We've seen him in the footage. We've seen him in the pictures. He's huge. He's the at least the heights of the fucking light poles, which are like, what's the typical size of a light pole, bro? The typical light poles in the US range from 15 to 40 feet, 5 to 12 meters, with most common heights being 20 to 30 feet per commercial and street lighting. So yeah, I would say this 20 to 30 feet would probably be more accurate, but even 15 to 40 feet, you know what I'm saying? Just starting at 15 is already tall as fuck on its own. In some videos it did look shorter than others, but that also goes into play with how it could shapeshift, kind of turn into whatever it wants to blend into its habitat. So that could be the case as well. But yeah, chat, that's just gonna wrap up a little coverage of Siren Head. This isn't like some super deep research or whatever, but I just like to get to know these creatures and stuff because we've seen these in a lot of viral videos, but never known the actual lore behind them, and that Trevor Henderson created these in the first place. So yeah, chat, let me know what else you guys want to react to. Let me know if you guys want another breakdown like this. Thank you guys for all the support you guys show on the channel. I'll see you guys in the next one, man. Peace.